The feeling. Good morning, this is Neil and Debbie here. At a slightly irregular time because we're here for a special reason. We've got our Adam Lambert interview to bring you today.
For your entertainment!
If you're enjoying your Easter break this weekend, have you managed to get a bit of time away from work?
Stuff in your face with eggs.
Yeah, all that chocolate and
Yeah, fatty, fat.
So plenty coming up. We have, of course, the Adam Lambert interview. He's going to be talking about American Idol.
Yeah.
He's the runner-up on there and absolutely one of the breakout artists of that show ever.
I thought he won it.
No.
I really thought he won it.
It's runner-up.
Well, who won it?
Well, exactly.
Who cares? We've
Your
got Adam
point is
Lambert.
made, exactly. He's become huge in the States. Of course, he was on the American Music Awards and had this huge controversy because there was a big full-on guy-on-guy gay kiss
And
on
crotch.
stage.
And the crotch thing.
I mean, very sexual, the whole
Yeah.
act. He talks about his coming out, about Lady Gaga. Sitting in the studio with Lady Gaga. She's written a song on the album, which we're going to play as well. One of the tracks from the album, which is absolutely outstanding. I think it's
We're in
brilliant.
love with the album, aren't we?
Yeah. And we're talking about Boy George is in there as well, isn't it?
He's a fan. Boy George is a fan of The Lamb. The Lamb!
Very
That's his
good.
new name.
Can we do some Adam Lambert Pinkopedia facts?
One ahead of you here, love. Yeah.
Or do them after this from Alex Guadino at Gaydar. Good tune, that, isn't it? Neil and Debbie here with our Adam Lambert special. Just ahead of the interview, we thought we'd bring you some Adam Lambert Pinkopedia facts.
Oh, there's so many, love. Where to start? At the beginning, Adam Lambert was born in 1982 in San Diego. His school upbringing was one of glee, love.
Oh,
Do you know
really?
what he was a member of?
What?
Theatre, choir, and he quickly performed in the jazz band MC Jazz at
MC
the school.
Jazz, yeah.
It's cool, isn't it? Then he moved on to stage and screen, love.
Mm-hmm.
He starred in You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, when he was 10 years old.
Oh, right, yes.
Then he went on to perform in Fiddler on the Roof when he was a little bit older.
Well, you would, wouldn't you?
Oh, yes, if you can.
Was that the teenage years?
Yes. And then he joined the cast of Wicked in L.A.
Really?
But it wasn't
Oh, wow.
enough. It wasn't enough, love. He saw American Idol and thought, I want a piece of that pie.
Yeah.
And he auditioned and stole the limelight.
That's one American Pie, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah. Huge slice.
The one bad thing about it was Simon Cowell, who'd called him indulgent rubbish.
No.
Absolutely. Until he did a performance of Gary Jules' Mad World, totally overrun, stole all the time, and instead of giving comment, Simon Cowell stood up and clapped.
Standing ovation from the
Yes.
Cowl. Wow.
Then he went on to perform on the American Music Awards and caused controversy across the States when he kissed and grabbed a guy and put his head in his crotch, and America came to its knees.
Wow.
And then, Neil, I've lost my place on the page. In San Diego, their mayor, Jerry Saunders, loved what Albert was doing. And they
Yes,
named
keep going.
May the 8th, 2009, Adam Lambert Day.
Fantastic. As it is here today on Gaydar.
I
You got
haven't
some
finished,
more?
yes.
Oh.
Amongst his legions of fans include Boy George, Madonna and Gaga, and now Gaydar.
Fantastic. Oh, well, thank you very much for the Pinkopedia Adam Lambert facts. Let's have a song, and then we'll get into the interview with Adam Lambert.
Wow.
Coming up on Gaydar. It's called Strut. It's from his new album. It's Adam Lambert.
Gaydar Radio.
Debbie, you know, sometimes you're watching TV and you see somebody there and you think to yourself, you know, if I met that person in real life, I reckon they'd be just like they are on the TV.
Yes.
Because they give off that kind of vibe. The lovely Adam Lambert is here.
Thank you.
And I just get that feeling about you that the person that we see on TV that we saw on American Idol is the person that's in the flesh. You seem to be very in touch with yourself.
Thank you. I always touch myself. I mean, I'm always in touch with myself. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, I think that's probably fair to say. Yeah, I felt pretty comfortable after the first couple episodes. I was nervous as hell, but then I got pretty comfortable, and I was trying to be myself the whole time. So yeah, I mean, I'm a bit more well behaved on the show than I think I am in real life, but I promise I'm a nice guy.
So why did you choose to audition for American Idol?
Well, you know, I've been doing theater for years. I've been doing musical theater. That's kind of how I paid the bills. And then slowly, at some point, I got cast in a production of Wicked, which is a Broadway musical. And I'd been working really hard for a long time to get to that level. And I got hired for the show. And about 3 months into it, I went, oh, this isn't making me creatively fulfilled like I thought it would. good. This is paying me well, and I'm, this is great for my resume, but I'm not satisfied. So I kind of started wondering why, and I was like, you know what? I want to be in control of my art. I want to do my own thing. I want to be me, and I want to create it myself. And so I started a band. I did some music on my own. I worked with some producers. I started writing. And over the next couple of years, it just kind of became more and more of a dream that I wanted to be an artist. And so I started kind of asking around and getting the vibe that, it's really difficult to get signed to a label, especially if you're kind of alternative, if you're gay, if you're into glam. It's not, it's an industry run by middle-aged straight men for the most part. So I kind of figured this is going to be tough, and this is like a shot in the dark. But I thought about Idol finally, and I went, you know what? I'm 27. This is my last year. Might as well give it a go, because honestly, you can't get PR like that. It's the best platform out there. It's amazing to be able to sing different styles of music every week and show everybody what you got. I mean, it was a gamble. I was a little worried because I know some people, fade into obscurity after the show if they don't make it too far, but
not me,
luckily. It worked out.
If you listen very carefully here, you can actually hear the moment that you step into the limelight on Idol.
Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Mama, life is just begun, but now I've gone and thrown it all away.
Okay.
They stopped you there.
Yeah. Simon said yes.
Can you remember that actual moment when you actually walked out in front of those judges? Because they're quite iconic, those figures.
I was so nervous. I was so nervous, and what they don't show on TV is that we go through a handful of different rounds before that, over a month previous to that. So I was just so much pressure and so much expectation, and I thought, oh gosh, if they send me home, I'm going to be so upset, because I put so much thought and time and energy into this. And so even with Simon having a few doubts, Kara kind of on the fence, I was in there going well, what can I do? What can I do? Can I prove it to you? I was not going to go out there without a fight.
Did they ask you whether you were gay or not in the auditions?
No one asked me if I was gay. They asked me when I finally made it past the first call. There's a questionnaire and things like that, and they want to know everything. And I said that they really, sexuality, and I was gay, homosexual. They knew. Yeah. All the producers knew. And I never kept it a secret. I was, openly flirting with plenty of the staff.
I bet. I bet.
It's not. It was never an issue. I've been out since I was 18 years old. I'm 28 now. So it wasn't. I didn't think twice about it. I've been living in Los Angeles. That's not it's not an issue for me. I was working in theater. It's not a big deal.
It started though to become a bit of an issue in the press as you gradually made your way towards the final, didn't it?
Well, the funny thing to me was that the press towards the end there was going, is he or isn't he? And I'm like, did you guys see the pictures that came out? Did you see the pictures that came out right before the show started of me kissing my ex-boyfriend all over the place, in various states of strange dress? What's the question? It's pretty clear, or at least I'm gay-ish, it was kind of funny to me that it was even a debate, and how so many people kind of was no, he's not,
yes he is, yes he is.
And so the thing is that I had no real way to actually address it, because when you're on the show as a contestant, once you're in the show, you're kind of protected. They don't let you do any press, so I really had no opportunity to talk about it. And it wasn't like I was going to sit there after singing, Led Zeppelin, and when the judges are judging me, go, oh, by the way, I'm gay. And it just wouldn't. It didn't come up. It didn't matter. So, I said that I would wait until after the show ended, and when it ended, there was an initial press conference, and someone asked a couple questions, and I decided to be kind of coy about it, because I wanted to wait until the right opportunity when I could really be in control of the information coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
And so Rolling Stone came a-knocking, which,
wow.
Yeah.
Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
That was amazing. I couldn't believe they wanted me to be on the cover, and they're like, we want to tell all everything, and one of the things that came up with the interviewers, I was like, yeah, totally gay. And what?
It's the Adam Lambert special on Gaydar. More after this.
Gaydar Radio.
We are talking to Adam Lambert on Gaydar today. Just going back to Idol, do you feel, what did you learn as a performer being on that show? Because you really get to jump through lots and lots of hoops, don't you?
It's challenging. It is hard. It's kind of it's like a an obstacle course for an entertainer. And I'm really lucky. You know, I've had years of experience in the theater, and then with my experience with a band, doing some I did some underground club shows that were really like wild and crazy. And so I think everything that I had done up until that point really prepared me for Idol. It was almost like the Slumdog Millionaire kind of story. You know, if you saw the movie.
Oh, I love that movie.
I do too. It's great.
Oh.
Yeah. But I felt when I watched that movie, it was right as I was about to do the show, and I was like, yeah. I mean, obviously not as dramatic. I wasn't like a poor Indian kid, but I definitely identify with the theme of that movie because it's everything that I had gone through and that I had learned and experienced really like made me who I was for this experience.
Adam,